You are now watching The Meech.
Hi everybody, it's me, Mr. Hogan, and today we're gonna talk about Wii Music because I like that game. It reminds me of my Atari days.
That's ancient! All jokes aside, it's Demeech and T&D once again doing something a bit different. Last year, since there wasn't an E3, we did the best of E3 moments, but this time around, we're not only gonna do the best E3 moments, but the worst too. Because at the time, they may have broke our hearts, but now, I think it's just fun to look back on them, laugh at what happened. We're gonna go in chronological order from 2008 to 2019, because they didn't have an E3 last year. We're gonna go over the best moments, and we're gonna go over the worst. So, of course, we're gonna start with E3 2008. Now, I didn't get a Nintendo console until 2009, late 2009, but even I could understand what Nintendo fans were going through in 2008. So essentially what happened that year was they had Cammie Dunaway host the event and talk about a bunch of games coming to the Wii. There were Wii Sports Resort, there was a snowboarding game with Shaun White, and he had the fakest laugh ever, like it was and most infamously of all, alright, before we get into this, I'll talk about the positives. They announced that Galaxy 2 and Skyward Sword were in development, but didn't say much more. Then they talked about sales figures, and they had the new Animal Crossing reveal.
And they also had Cammie Dunaway.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a good thing. And the game was City Folk, which is considered the weakest in the Animal Crossing series by some, but we got to get into the elephant in the room. Wii Music. So the finale for E3 2008 from Nintendo was when they had the Wii Music demo. They had Miyamoto talk about the game, and then they had Bill Trin in there saying, we're going to demonstrate what Wii Music is like. We have hired talented drummer Robbie Drums. So let us listen to the wonderful music of Wii Music. And it had Ravi Drums pretty much having a seizure with a Wii Remote and nunchuck. Just, you gotta see the video for yourself. And years later, he actually performed at the Donald Trump inauguration in 2017. Wow!
Oh my god. Yeah, that was a funny E3.
Now,
man, I miss E3 for the just like nothing to, just like the bizarre, just how bizarre it was. The stage shows.
Now with E3 2008, if I was a Nintendo fan back then, like I am now, I probably would have left very disappointed, very confused. But now, I am so happy this event happened, because the thing is, the games revealed were actually amazing. Wii Sports Resort was great. Animal Crossing was pretty good from what I heard. Wii Music, yeah, that wasn't great. But we got the performance from Robbie Drums, which I'll never forget. So, I think this is a pretty good idea to go into 2009, shall we? Because I think I might have a mini heart attack.
Let's do it.
Okay, so for 2009, I wasn't around for it, but I did know what they revealed. They had the reveal of not one but two Mario games, New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's already amazing right there, and they did have Cammie Dunaway once again, but unfortunately her performance wasn't as funny as it was in 2008. Like, no offense to Cammie Dunaway, but she doesn't exactly have the best stage presence, as Arlo said. She doesn't have the edge that Reggie has, or the eccentric attitude of Miyamoto, or anything like Bill. She's just... Yeah. It's essentially when a soccer mom hosts an E3. That's what it was exactly like. But 2009 was a lot more tame. I really don't have many memories of it, but, you know, I just wanted to go over it.
I love that E3. That was actually, I think, my first E3 that I watched. Just the reveal of New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Galaxy 2 was enough for me, because Galaxy 1 was like truly my first 3D Mario, so I was super hyped.
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, although I didn't get Galaxy 2 until the next year because I got my Wii in 2010, then got New Super Mario Bros. Wii that summer, then got Galaxy 1, and then I think it was 2 first, and then 1 in 2011. So, yeah, with that being said, it's just, yeah, that was a great E3. Now going into 2010, we're entering a new decade, except the 2010s was not complete crap like the 2020s has been. Oh, how I miss you, 2010s. Essentially, the early 2010s was like an extension of the 2000s in a way. So E3 2010, it did have its funny moments. It did have the Skyward Sword malfunction with Miyamoto. The game was not ready to be shown at E3 with the motion controls, which, yeah. It was funny to watch, but very embarrassing. Donkey Kong Country Returns was also revealed. Very cool to see Donkey Kong back. And yeah, I got that game that year. It was amazing. I love that game still.
Amazing game,
most importantly, the reveal of the Nintendo 3DS, which one, oh my gosh, has it already been 11 years? Two, oh my gosh, has it been a decade since the 3DS has been revealed? I mean, since it's been released. And three, the games they showed off were plentiful. Like, they showed off Mario Kart 7 was in a very early state. I still think Mario Kart 7 was rushed. Kid Icarus, I think they also showed... No, that was next year, Luigi's Mansion. Infamously, they showed Paper Mario Sticker Star when it was actually going to be a good game. But there was a lot they showed.
Didn't they show off Super Mario 3D Land as well?
No, that wouldn't be until next year.
Oh, okay.
But there was quite a bit to show. The design remained true to the original 3DS, the original E3 one, except the circle pad was white instead of the same color of the system. I'm very sad that the orange 3DS never came to fruition, but hey, what can you do? That was cool that they actually revealed it. 3DS turned out to be a very big success for Nintendo. I wouldn't say it was their biggest ever, but it was a very successful console despite everything that people were saying about it. Oh, the mobile market's going to kill it. Nah, 3DS did just fine. Now moving on to 2011, this is where things get even better. They revealed the Wii U. When I first saw the Wii U trailer, I thought it was an accessory for the Wii. They advertised it as a new controller. They never said new console. This was moments before disaster struck. But honestly, there were quite a few cool games revealed at E3 2011. Of course, 3D Land, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which was a very unexpected sequel. I would say it was a good E3, despite the Wii U reveal being very confusing. One of the demos was New Super Mario Bros. Me, which was essentially New Super Mario Bros. Wii but in HD, which confused a lot of people. Then the next year was revealed as New Super Mario Bros. U. So, were there any moments in E3 2011 that you can remember other than some of the 3DS games and of course the infamous Wii U reveal?
I remember when Reggie was talking about New Super Mario Bros. U, and I was I was pretty excited just because, like, I was big into, like, 2D Mario. I wanted to see what the new Super Mario Bros. Game was, what the new power-up was. I was excited for the Super Acorn.
That's leading into 2012.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, because 2011, they really didn't show any games on the Wii U.
I guess.
Other than tech
I
demos.
remember. Okay, I guess I remember Super Mario 3D Lands when it was first shown off. Like, I remember I was really excited for it because Miyamoto kind of described it as, you know, what if a 2D Mario was in a 3D space? And I was like, whoa, that's really cool. That's a really cool concept. I can't wait to see it. I was excited that the Tanuki suit was back because Mario 3 is, like, one of my favorite games ever. You know, what I think about 3D Land now isn't indicative of what I thought then, but that was a pretty significant reveal for me. Luigi's Mansion 2 as well was pretty cool. I can't really remember much beyond that.
They showed more info on games that were announced prior, like Kid Icarus Uprising, Paper Mario Sticker Star, which started to show its true colors then. Ugh. Yeah. But, you know, E3 2011 was otherwise good. They just definitely could have done better with the Wii U reveal. fast forward to next year, and it's all about you. It's all about you, Wii U! On your E3 2012 reveal, that didn't turn out well. I think Squidward could do a better performance than I could. I know he certainly did better than Boys Who Cry. So, I gotta say one thing though. I know some people hate that episode because of Mr. Krabs being cheap, but when Squidward did the Boys Who Cry thing, I couldn't stop laughing. That episode's hilarious. Season 4 had edge that no other season has had, but that's definitely worthy of its own video. So 2012 showed us a little more about the Wii U. It showed us not just New Super Mario Bros. U as an official game with the Super Acorn, new power-ups, but also more on New Super Mario Bros. 2, which, 2 New Super Mario Bros. Games in 1 year? Sounds like 12-year-old Demich's dream come true, when in reality...
What could possibly go wrong?
New Super Mario Bros. 2 was mediocre, and New Super Mario Bros. U, while fun, definitely just is really an extension of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Which, yeah. But they did show off a few other things, though. They showed off Nintendo Land. They ended it with a digital fireworks show, and that's when Reggie thought, you know what? Maybe we should just do these as digital events.
Yeah, I remember I was very hyped for New Super Mario Bros. 2, more than New Super Mario Bros. U, only because the raccoon suit returned, like, in its full glory. And it was called New Super Mario Bros. 2, so automatically my mind is like, oh, so this is going to be more like New Super Mario Bros. DS, like a direct sequel. This is cool. Unfortunately, that's not what it was.
It's like a hybrid of New Super Mario Bros. Wii and DS. It controls like DS, but looks like Wii.
No, it's just it feels like a hack of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I'm sorry. That's what it feels like to me. And
to be honest, it does.
Yeah, and the raccoon suit is cool, but they could have done so much more. Like, I'm not even gonna get into it, but that was like my highlight of E3 2012. Trying to remember if there was anything else.
They did show off more Wii U games, like Pikmin 3. They showed that off a little more. I believe they showed more footage of 3DS games that were priorly announced. But E3 2012 was decent. Now getting on to E3 2013. This is when Nintendo stopped doing live E3 presentations, and considering what happened in 2008, maybe that was for the better. E3 2013 is a Demich E3 come true. We got the reveal of Super Mario 3D World, Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, and a new Donkey Kong game. And I know at the time some people were like, oh, why couldn't we get a new 2D or a new Metroid game instead of Donkey Kong? But you know what? It's on like Donkey Kong. I'm Team DK any day. Although I do like Metroid, I will admit that. So, I gotta say, despite some reactions to 3D World being underwhelming, the game turned out great. It's one of my favorite Mario games. It's gotten the love it deserves now that it's on the Switch. But, I must say, that E3 was terrific. It's probably my favorite E3 from Nintendo.
It's probably the most memorable E3. I think that was, like, the first E3 that we had, like, a discussion about. Even if it wasn't for the channel, I think, like, it was really exciting for us. I remember I was very disappointed with 3D World, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, the fact that we did get a new 3D Mario Kart, Donkey Kong game, it was great. It was a great E3, honestly. And it was done tastefully. And yeah, it was great. It was a great E3. I have nothing really to complain about besides, like, past me wasn't crazy about 3D World's reveal.
Yeah, I will admit the first trailer was underwhelming. They definitely should have gone for the second trailer to reveal that game and make people hype for it. But regardless, I think it was definitely a great E3. Now moving on to 2014. Oh boy. This E3 was actually almost as good as E3 2013. It had a lot of games revealed. They did the Robot Chicken skits, which was very bizarre seeing from Nintendo. Like, if you've seen the Robot Chicken Mario stuff, I think that's the last thing Nintendo would ever want the Mario series to be associated with. Like, one of the skits had Mario and Luigi going to Vice City, and one of Mario's famous lines from that is, He's a marinating in his own ragu! You killed my brother! You sons of a...
Yeah, it was a bizarre presentation. Remind me what they showed off in 2014, because I don't remember at all. I think, didn't they show off Star Fox Zero for the first time, or no?
We'll get into that for sure.
Okay, I'm thinking of my favorite E3.
So,
Go on.
The Smash hype was real for me with Smash Brothers on 3DS and Wii
Smash.
U. We not only got Palutena and Mii Fighters, but the Great Yellow One himself, Pac-Man. That had to be one of my most, if not the most hype reveal for any Smash character, for me at least.
And I remember I was in class the day that he was announced, and you texted me saying, guess who was just announced for Smash? Because we were talking about Pac-Man the other day. I was like, no way, you're kidding. And you sent the image of Pac-Man in Smash and Pac-Land. Dude, I was so excited. Like, I had no one else to talk to about it in my class, but I was like, it was like a dream come true. It was like, holy cow, they put Pac-Man in there. And mind you, this was during the time of Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, so we were both scared that if they did put Pac-Man in Smash, it would be that design, but thankfully, Sakurai has a brain, and they used the design that is clearly the original Pac-Man.
Yeah, that I was very happy about. I just hope he has the same brain when it comes to eventually putting Waluigi in Smash. Now, with E3 2014, there were a lot of games revealed, very good games actually. We got the reveal Splatoon, which was a brand new Nintendo IP. I would say it's their most influential IP since Pikmin, and it does even better than Pikmin. It's like one of their most popular series as of now. So popular to the fact that we have gotten 3 Splatoon games in the span of Mario Kart 8. We got Mario Kart 8 in 2014, since then Splatoon 1 2015, Splatoon 2 2017, Splatoon 3 2022. So yeah, Splatoon is definitely doing well. We also got the reveal of Mario Maker, which at the time, it did look a bit underwhelming. It looked like a generic creator for Mario levels. It was just called Mario Maker. Then the next year, it became Super. You know what didn't, though? Also, wait, before we get into that, they also revealed Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which was completely unexpected, yet is one of the Wii U's best games. It's a hidden gem on pretty much every console it's on. It's on Wii U, 3DS, Switch, regardless of which way you play it. Amazing game. They had a lot of great stuff in 2014, and that's when the Wii U really peaked. Now getting into 2015. Yeah, I know you don't like E3 2015, but I just
Don't like? I hated E3 2015. I still do. I still feel hurt by that E3.
Okay, so with E3 2015, it's been almost 6 years since then, and there were a lot of emotions felt, of course.
A lot of emotions felt. Yeah, that's one way to put it.
But with E3 2015, it has become one of Nintendo's most infamous E3s. I would say almost as infamous as 2008, though nowhere near as bad. But there was a lot of stuff revealed then that was just... You know, with a reveal like Wii Music, I think people would feel more confused than anything seeing a guy have a seizure with a Wii remote. But this E3 actively made people mad to the point where petitions were made. So let's see what happened. They gave us more information on Super Mario Maker, which was great. Then they gave us more information on Woolly World. Of course, that game had the unfortunate issue of releasing 3 months. Actually, it was almost 4 months before in Europe and Japan. Which, yeah, that was ridiculous. If the Switch is doing anything right, it's getting rid of region lock. Thank God for that. But, man, when I tell you about reveals, this E3 revealed some of Nintendo's most infamous games of all time.
Can I talk about the games? Because I just want people to understand where I'm coming from. Okay?
Well, I think we're on a similar page, but I'm just going to address this. It's unfortunate that this was Iwata's last Direct. Because at the time he was sick, he couldn't really do anything.
And I do remember that we were pretty harsh on him after E3 20... I mean, you and I were heated. I remember we were upset at Iwata and everything, but...
And at the, you know what? at the time, the criticism, it wasn't just us, there were other people criticizing Nintendo's business decisions. This isn't anything new. Yeah, Iwata made some mistakes, but in the grand scheme of things, he was amazing, especially as a person. But this E3 gave us a reveal of some of Nintendo's most infamous games. Let's start off with the more tame ones, and then get into the real stuff. So we got Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, which seemed like a cool idea, but unfortunately, Paper Jam just meant Sticker Star Paper Mario. It had so much potential, but in reality, it just was kind of completely wasted. Yeah, I agree with you there. I would say, it was completely wasted, but it's a decent game. Then, we got the reveal of Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. More like Mario Tennis Ultra Trash. At the E3 reveal, it looked underwhelming, but the actual game was even more underwhelming.
I forgot that they even announced that game. That's how underwhelming it was.
You know, I kind of wish I could forget it ever existed, even though I never got it in its prime. Then, I think they even had a Nintendo Direct Micro where they revealed Chibi Robo Ziplash, but none of this compares to the reveals of Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival and Metroid Prime Federation Force.
Breath ball. It's just breath ball.
There's one more game I want to mention, though.
Star Fox Poop, you mean?
Star Fox Zero, which was its average review score on Metacritic. This looked like it could have been a cool new game. Everyone wanted a new Star Fox. They ruined it with the gamepad stuff. It could have been cool, but, you know, when it came out in 2016, it was just ruined by the gamepad controls. That's what really killed the game. A lot of lost potential there.
And also, I just wanted to say, like, what made it worse was that we had lackluster games, and they did this goofy Muppets presentation.
To be fair, I did like the Muppet stuff.
Where Miyamoto, Iwata, and Reggie turn into Falco, Peppy, and Fox?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of it. I know probably you were and Arlo was, but it was just bizarre to me. It was like, alright, get on with it. Let me see the games. And then Star Fox Zero, I'm sorry, it looked like trash. I remember we did a discussion afterwards, and I was like, man, I hope the game has some more like time to be polished up, because it looked like trash. And this is Platinum Games we're talking about. Platinum Games are amazing developers. I have no idea what went wrong with that game.
See, it did get delayed, but it wasn't good.
No, and Amiibo Festival, don't even get me started with that. I wasn't even an Animal Crossing fan, and I felt for them. Like, that was a disgrace. Like, they led you on to think, oh, wow, an HD Animal... wait, what the hell is this?
But Metroid Prime Federation Force, I will never forget the backlash it got. Yeah, they had the Blast Ball thing at the Nintendo World Championships thing, and then they revealed it to be Metroid Prime Federation Force, and fans were so furious to the point where there was a petition to have the game canceled that got nearly 100,000 signatures.
Didn't, when they announced it at the Nintendo Championships, that it was Metroid Federation Force, wasn't there, like, people in the crowd going boo?
No, because they didn't announce it as Metroid Prime. They announced it as Blast Ball. That was it. Like, it was a new IP. But I've actually played the game. It's good.
It's decent.
But it couldn't have come out at a worse time.
Actually, if they just didn't name it under the name Metroid, they would have been fine. But it's just... oh, man. And Yoshi's Woolly World, in my opinion, wasn't even that good. So, like, that soured the year for me. You know, 2015 was just not a good year for gaming. It was... oh, man,
well,
what a disappointment.
To be fair, though, I think Splatoon, Super Mario Maker, and Yoshi's Woolly World, and maybe Xenoblade Chronicles X were all really good games. I think 2015 is far from Nintendo's worst year. But yeah, some bad games did release. Amiibo Festival, Chibi Robo Ziplash, and of course Mario Tennis Ultra Trash. But going on to 2016, there's really nothing to talk about, because all they showed was Breath of the Wild, which looked amazing. So I think at this point, it'd be a good idea to get on to 2017. This is the new era of Nintendo. The Switch just released. Nintendo announced their E3 presentation was only going to be 25 minutes long, and that had a lot of us concerned. But you know what? It turned out to be a really good E3, and I'll tell you why. Because we got the reveal of quite a few games. We got the reveal of Kirby Star Allies, which, yeah, I said it was disappointing, but still, I thought it'd be cool at the time. Yoshi's Crafted World was really good, as I mentioned before. You know, we got more information on Super Mario Odyssey 2. I mean, Super Mario Odyssey, not Super Mario Odyssey 2. That's not a thing yet, but I will never forget that second trailer. They led you on to think it was something different with the T-Rex, and then you see Mario and Cappy, and then you realize this is Super Mario Odyssey. And that second trailer is easily the best game trailer of all time, in my opinion.
I think the first Mario Odyssey trailer beats it by a landslide, in my opinion. That trailer still gives me goosebumps.
I would say the second one really did it for me. But there are also announcements of Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon Sword and Shield. They didn't call it Pokemon Sword and Shield, but unfortunately, Pokemon Sword and Shield ended up not being very good, and Metroid Prime 4 has had a troubled development. So in the grand scheme of things, if we knew what we did now, E3 2017 wouldn't have been great, but, you know, at the time, it was very exciting, and I considered it a good E3. Now fast forward to 2018. This is
Your favorite year.
This is my 2015. The way you felt about 2015 is how I felt about 2018. This was the year when we got a bunch of games that were unfinished, like Kirby Star Allies and Mario Tennis Aces, that were added with free content updates. And it was essentially, you know how there's Captain Crunch Oops All Berries?
Yeah.
It was essentially Oops All Smash, plus a Mario Party prize inside. So, this E3 consisted of nothing but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Mario Party. They had Daemon X Machina. I think there was a Fire Emblem thing. But the mainstream games that people get excited for, all they had was Super Mario Party and Smash. And it was all about Smash. I like Smash. I was hyped for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate to an extent, but it was just too much. It's like, tell me about the characters, show us the trailer, everyone's here, got it. But when you start talking about the facial expressions on Donkey Kong, yeah, I think that's just getting kind of desperate. That wasn't a good E3. In my opinion, I think it was worse than 2015. But at least it did reveal information about a game that turned out to be great, which was Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, I still think 2015 was worse. I'm sorry, man.
2018 really had nothing going for it, except for Smash, and Nintendo knew this. So I guess that's why they really banked on the popularity of the Super Smash Bros. Series. They revealed Ridley, Daisy, and I think that was it. They revealed the Inkling in the teaser trailer, but, you know, that was kind of it. They definitely had better Smash Directs, like with K. Rool's reveal. That was super cool, but E3 2018 was not a good E3 in my opinion. It's my least favorite out of the E3s that I've seen. At least with 2015, I can get a good laugh out of it. There really wasn't anything to laugh about in E3 2018. Like the facial expressions on Donkey Kong, yeah, that was funny, but it wasn't as funny as some of the reactions for some of those games. I mean, yeah, it was disappointing getting Metroid Prime Federation Force. But
disappointing? That's not even the word.
Yeah, it was funny just to see how much backlash that game got, and, you know, they learned their lesson. But
hopefully.
I will also mention 2017 also gave us a reveal of Metroid Return of Samus, which was very cool.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely should have showed that off, but, you know, it was very weird that they didn't, but it seemed they wanted to focus only on Switch games. They also showed the Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga remake, so that was cool and everything. But, man, E3 2018, it's just, that's my least favorite E3 by far. I like Smash, I really do, but you can't talk about the facial expressions of Donkey Kong for 25 minutes and have me take it seriously and get excited. Now, going on to 2019, this was Nintendo's last E3 presentation because they didn't have one last year. So this will be the first in 2 years. What did I think of it? I thought it was actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it was as good as 2014, 2013, or even 2017 for that matter, but we got more information on Luigi's Mansion 3. The game looked pretty rough when it was originally revealed, but the glow up Luigi's Mansion 3 got was unlike any other game, and it turned out to be Nintendo's best looking game of all time, along with one of their best games.
Yeah, I mean, Luigi's Mansion 3 was really hype. I believe Animal Crossing was shown off as well.
Yeah, that was shown off.
Correctly.
It was teased in the Nintendo Direct 2018, one of them.
Right.
They finally showed it off for the first time, and it looked great. I still think the game, despite its content issues, it's a great game. But then they go into the Smash territory, which is actually very hype this time around. They revealed Banjo for Smash, which was amazing.
Okay.
And they ended it off with Breath of the Wild 2. If that's a great conclusion to an E3, I don't know what is, because that's a way to end it off.
I still can't believe that they put Banjo in Smash. Like, that was such a great moment, not just for like Smash fans, but for Nintendo fans too. It was like, you know, after all these years, Banjo finally came home, and the reveal trailer was excellent too.
I love the design they gave him too. It's exactly in line from the originals. I'm glad they didn't go the nuts and bolts route. I didn't think they would, considering that they went with the original Pac-Man design, but if there's ever going to be a new Banjo game, I hope that's the design they go for. But
I agree.
Yeah, I'm a little bit cautiously optimistic about this E3, considering Nintendo has been disappointing me since 2020. I really hope this one brings me back. I hope we can rejoice and see Mario Kart 9. I don't want to say a few years from now. I graduated middle school, high school, got my associate's degree, got my master's degree, am a father now, have 3 kids, and I'm still playing Mario Kart 8. I really...
Maybe not those last few parts, but...
I'd be like, what, late 20s, early 30s by then? But yeah.
Probably.
I hope this E3 is good. Fingers crossed for Mario Kart 9, new Donkey Kong, Super Mario Odyssey 2 I really want to see. But yeah, I think this covers the best and worst moments of E3. Any last things you wanted to end this off with other than a drum solo with Wii Music?
I just hope E3 2021 surpasses, you know, our favorite E3s, because I think our favorite E3s were several years ago now, and I think it's time to wow us again. You know, like we did our predictions not too long ago, but you know, I really do hope that we get some of that and some surprises that we weren't expecting, like good surprises, not bad surprises. I do hope the JRPGs are toned down. You know, we only have 40 minutes for this new direct. Please let it be focused on first-party titles, you know?
But yeah.
And yeah, here's hoping.
I agree with you there. I think this about wraps it up. So let's end this off with a Super Mario Brothers rendition in Wii Music. I'm Demeech.
And I'm Ty the Guy.
And keep calm and da-da on.
Short story, the ground won, my wrist lost. It's so precise that it's picking up my bad wrist action.